Hello and welcome back to the Great Rambonian Nights. Oh yeah, did you recall at all that that was totally what we called our people? Yeah. It's a ridiculous name given that we have not had the monarch of Rambo for about 7,000 moons, but, you know, we'll get over it. I would note, this colony is doing really well. Perhaps too well. I think we need to shake things up a bit. I think, my friends, we need to teach somebody a lesson out here. Now, I have no clue what sort of defenses any of these other towns are going to have, but I feel like someone like Thief's Plains probably deserves some sort of death. Just saying. I don't know if we actually have enough resources. We have 125 meals. I feel like we'd probably be able to send out a caravan. We're going to have to do it. Yeah, somebody's going to die. How many people are we going to send? Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 10 people. Okay, I see. Officially, it is time, people. We need to move out and teach one of these terrible, terrible groups a solid lesson. We are going to now form a caravan. Wait a minute. Oh, this is going to take a lot of food, isn't it? Oh, no. Well, let's send Steven. Steven, you're good. We're going to send Bradley as the leader of the pack, given that we have to have someone who's good at stuff. We're going to send Maul and Longnose because he's a good fighter. And how about McFly? And then we got the bigger issue of getting food over there. Okay, how much food can we actually pack in here? Oh, we don't even have... I'm not certain we're going to have enough supply of food, quite frankly. Oh, we're not even going to get close. No, that ain't going to happen, boys. That's not going to work out, actually. It took, I think, 2 people, like, a ton of food to get, I think it's a 10-day walk over to this colony. It's going to be round about the same. They're never going to make it. We need a lot more food before we can send a raiding party of any significant size. That is quite sad. I really wanted to go kill some people with some guns and shoot them up and maybe get killed ourselves and shake things up because, you know, you gotta shake things up at some point, but you can't shake things up to the point that you obviously know that if you shake things up, you're going to get terribly and utterly murdered in the face 7,000 or 8,000 times. That's generally what is called not exactly the best idea. Okay, so if we're not going to send any caravans... I mean, it's growing season. That's going to mean that most people are going to be off working the fields at some point. You know, it's still technically not growing season. It's just the end of winter. Okay, fine. They'll take a moment before they head out there, but, you know, they'll get to it at some point. We probably need, admittedly, a bit more cotton to be farmed. We don't have much cotton being farmed at this point, and I would like to, at some point, give everyone in the colony a nice bit of armchairs in their rooms, because that's usually something that, you know, people like to have. Dude, we've just got this really, really sad ship structural beam just sitting here doing nothing. Do we have any of the researches for stuff that we need to build with that? We really do not. We have nothing. We are quite bad at that, actually. On a scale of 1 to shipbuilders, we are clearly disgusting. That wasn't even on the scale, but it's pretty true. I'm gonna level with you. Do we have any wood cut down at all? Okay, we have a bit. Not that much, admittedly. We do need some more of that. And we're gonna use that wood to build a few more chairs in the classroom because at this point there are people who have to stand in the classroom, and that is not conducive to proper learning. Although I'm not certain that anyone is learning to begin with, just saying. We do have to prepare people, and given that it just so happens that these desks are a terrible waste of space, we're just going to make a ton of chairs. Look, there's going to be 8 people in the colony who are really privileged and basically kick everyone out of the table chairs. And that's going to cause some form of class struggle, because obviously if there's a group that has tables and one that does not, you then have a haves and have-not situation. And if you have the haves and you have the have-nots and you put them in the same room, there is going to be a class struggle. And if you have a class struggle, there's almost certainly going to be revolution of the most bloody and terrible kind. And although Magar is a smooth talker, I think, Oh, Magar is not that much of a smooth talker. Bradley, are you? No, our leaders are not smooth talkers. That's going to be very bad. Because I was going to say they can possibly stop the whole, people losing their minds and going into bloody rages to try to kill everyone. Because the class struggle in the classroom has become so serious that it has boiled over into utter madness. But I don't think anyone's talking them out of it, quite frankly. That's almost certainly not going to happen. Well, I think we've just created the thing that will bring about the downfall of our colony. Chairs? Chairs. Yeah, sure. Definitely. Whatever. So are we actually in growing season? I think we are in growing season now. Yes, please. People, you can start growing things. I don't mean to be that guy, but I really want you all to grow a ton of stuff because I would like to execute the raiding party at some point, and we're not going to be able to execute the raiding party until people start, growing a nice bit of stuff. Ooh, check that mega sloth, though. Who wants to eat a mega sloth? I want to eat a mega sloth. Go kill the mega sloth, everyone. I want it dead, I want it butchered, and I want it shoved into your faces as though you don't even care about any rules of politeness. Probably because none of you care about any rules of politeness. You're all disgusting, disgusting barbarians. But you know what? It's fine. You're members of the colony. We need to stick with members of the colony. Kill it! Oh, yes! Steven, Maul, you are officially allowed to go melee that Megasloth to death. Everyone else, good job. You can go back to your work. Do it, guys. Do it. Oh, yes. Kill it. Oh, it's done for. It doesn't stand a chance. It didn't stand a chance to begin with, but it has even less of a chance once it has like 700 bullet holes in it. Generally, most things don't stand much of a chance once you put 700 bullet holes in them. It's kind of a weird phenomenon that occurs with most things that exist. Strange, that one. Strange. I hope someone does actually go and butcher that, because, that's like 100, 200 food. Maybe 300? It's a lot of food. Somebody's got to get on that. Magar? No, Magar doesn't do such disgusting work. Cherie, I think, was the contemporary person. Not contemporary. The usual person to do any form of butchery. So it kind of looks like maybe we need something. What is actually the one? It's cook for butcher creatures. It is. Aiden is going to be assigned to cooking as well, because Cherie is now dead and we need someone else to do some form of cooking. Wilkins, can you stop cooking meals and potentially... Oh, wait. Looks like McFly is heading out to butcher the Megasloth. Oh, nice job, McFly. I mean, I didn't care much for you to begin with. Your name's not even Marty, which is terrible. But apparently... McFly is, in fact, pulling his weight in this colony, and so long as you pull your weight, I don't want you dead. So, that's a pretty good thing for Mr. McFly. Can we also get a janitor up in here? Can we get... This place is currently disgusting. Who is not doing anything? Actor, get on... Not on research. Nobody wants you on research. Go get some cleaning done. Jeez, it is grotesque. Where is he? Who is our actor? Is it Maul? Maul, that's right. Maul, can you please go do your work? Maul, did you just choose to not do your work? Oh, you disgust me, Maul. You're supposed to be cleaning things, not creating food for us, Maul. How could you be such a degenerate to try to help society by creating more food? You disgusting cretin. It's fine. He'll get to it eventually, I'm sure. Not sure. He probably won't. He's never going to go clean anything. We're just going to have blood all over the streets for the rest of our sad, sad lives. That is officially the worst thing. Okay. Well, outside of that, society just seems to be continuing. What kind of stuff can we get in here? Because clearly... Ooh, check it out, a sniper rifle. Why is that just sitting out there? Wait, that was part of the attack against the psychic thing, wasn't it? Why is that still out in the middle of nowhere? Guys, sniper rifles are not cheap. You can't leave them out in the middle of fields, especially outside of the colony. I mean, If it was in a farm field, I could say maybe one of you just happened to forget it. But this is clearly not a happen to... You didn't even pick up the AI persona core. Dude, those things aren't cheap either. Oh, these colonists seem to think that we're made of money. They seem to think that we can waste whatever sort of resources we want to. The sniper rifles aren't worth 7,500 silver, which... Actually, I don't... They're probably not worth... A Masterwork sniper rifle might be worth 7,500 silver, but that's kind of saying something, I think. I'm not certain that that's absolutely true. Okay, I will admit, good on you guys. It's actually not worth that. Can we cancel that? Oh, yes. I tried to do that before, but it didn't work out. We just managed to actually cancel the rifle that Squirrel had been making way back when, and Squirrel is now officially 6 feet under, I would assume. I mean, I'm pretty... There he is. I'm pretty sure they dig those at least 6 feet deep. I would be kind of concerned if they didn't, because that's probably not good. Fedosha, can you not go visit a grave and instead go pick up that sniper rifle? Because that would be really appreciated. And Steven, can you go haul that persona core? Because we kind of need that for the spaceship at some point. That is the thing that we need to put into the main computer core. And if we don't have to spend tons of money... Look at that ridiculous path that Steven was taking. Jeez, it was all zigzaggy all over the place. It's like he doesn't know how to walk. Or maybe he's severely inebriated. I mean, I highly doubt it's the latter because it just so happens that we don't actually have any beer in this entire colony. So if he's like smuggling beer into the colony, I would not recommend any form of smuggling because, you know, we execute prisoners just for the fun of it, just on occasion because I feel like it. You want to know what we do to actual criminals in the colony? It is very bad. It is very, very, very bad. We're going to draw and quarter you with muffalos, which on the one hand is hilarious. On the other hand, absolutely ridiculous. That sounds like a lot of logistical effort just to kill one person. I don't feel like muffalos are all that... Well, I mean, they're basically just a buffalo. I mean, buffaloes are basically a yak. I mean, close enough. On the evolutionary tree, they're only like, I don't know, 1 yak's distance apart. Anyway, I feel like we could definitely get a yak to draw and quarter someone, so a muffalo's probably going to do the work. I mean, technically that name is derived from buffalo, not yak, but you know what? Don't question my amazing, amazing theories, because clearly, I think we're on to something here. Just saying. Pirate merchant. Oh, that's perfect. I was just thinking that we probably needed to call for some sort of trade caravan at some point, but it's come to us. Ooh, cargo pods. What do we got? Oh, look, it's a bunch of pemmican. Food is just raining onto our colony like nobody's business. Okay, what do we got? We could sell some people. Don't really want to do that. It sounds annoying. Oh, we can't sell weapons to these guys, can we? That's right, because none of our weapons are actually in the range of the comms. Oh, we gonna need to fix that, boy. We really gonna need to fix that, because that ain't gonna go. That ain't gonna work out. We're gonna sell some Wake Up. Gonna be perfect. Let's see. Is there anything else we can sell? I don't really want to sell either of these guys. They're kind of important. I'd like to keep them in the colony. Are we buying something? Oh, that Pila is not to be sold. That is a purchase Pila. We don't want to do that. We're selling them Wake Up. We're going to sell them probably that Link Skin Pants because those, based on the cost, these are pretty tattered here. And, I mean, I guess that's it. Should we buy, like, a power helmet? I feel like that's a disgusting waste of money. Like, at this point, we do not have the industry necessary to say that we should just start producing or purchasing any form of power armor. I mean, we could get some helmets. That would be useful. Yeah, we're going to get some helmets. We're going to get a Kevlar helmet, and we're going to get a Kevlar helmet. And that should be perfect. We're going to spend some money on that, but it'll be fine. And we can equip our 2 great colony leaders, because it would be, I think, very, very bad if they died at some point, with actual helmets. And Fedosha kind of, quite frankly, needs it because Oh, not Fedosha. Fedosha doesn't even get one. Magar gets the other one. Okay. Sorry, Fedosha. You kind of needed it because you're a melee person and could probably use a helmet, but, you know, there you go. We should probably fix Magar's foot. You know, that's probably a thing we should do. We do have a pretty good doctor here somewhere, I'm sure. Where is our super doctor? Super doctor, come to us. I know you exist here somewhere. You did it. Oh, it's Bradley. Bradley's the super doctor. Bradley, I understand that this could create some tension between the two of you, but if you could try to not assassinate Magar while you potentially amputate her foot and replace her foot with a peg leg, that'd be amazing. Where is the... All that I see here is install dentures and harvest lungs, which is not at all what I want to do. I would really like to put a peg leg on you, Magar, but apparently we're not allowed to do that. Apparently, she doesn't think that's a good idea. I guess her leg isn't actually damaged enough to warrant putting a peg leg on. I mean, I would say that since she's quite slow right now, that totally warrants all of the legs being cut off, but, you know, apparently some people don't like their legs being amputated. I don't understand it. I mean, by my knowledge, anyone who has any form of leg, basically, should want their leg amputated at all times. I would argue somewhat, maybe at least once, just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it, though, because, you know, I don't want my leg amputated. Not exactly gonna, you know, practice what I preach, but I'm gonna preach it really hard, and it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. We are almost done with those chairs, actually. That is quite impressive. Those chairs do take a lot of wood, surprisingly. Oh, my word. It is raining everything. It's raining smoke leaf. Thank you, lords of the sky, for raining upon us 1.5 million different types of drugs. I quite appreciate it. That is amazing. I mean, technically, they only actually rained upon us one type of drug, which is kind of, you know, that causes a bit of a problem with the whole saying that he rained 1.5 million type of drugs on us. But, you know, it's close enough. Do we have any kind of animal that can do... We just have pigs. We need more animals. Well, we don't actually need more animals. We actually kind of have a disgusting quantity of animals as is, but we need some animals that can actually do work, like a warg. Speaking of a warg, that's a wild boar, not a warg. That is completely different. Let me see. Anything here like a timberwolf. Timberwolf would be great. Get a timberwolf, give it to Wilkins, and it'll do all the hauling in the colony. There's a warg. I'm pretty sure they can haul stuff. If they don't haul stuff, I mean, I'll kill it and probably eat it. So, you know, it's going to be a win-win regardless. But we're going to see if it can actually do some hard labor around the colony, because that's usually the sort of thing that is quite beneficial to us. There's a dead alpha beaver. Are all the alpha beavers dead? I recall back when there was an alpha beaver attack. Given that there's still a large portion of trees, I'm fairly certain that they've been killed off, more or less. Is this? That's just mud. That's actually rich, fertile soil. Oh, that'd be great farmland. Unfortunately, I don't think... Oh, no. Really? Cold snap. Buzz off. Our crops are gonna die, and that's gonna reduce... Oh, no. That is really actually quite a bad thing. I really, really wanted for just, you know, a nice growing season, not this sort of disgusting, just death growing season. I see how it is. Well, in that case, we're going to get some hydroponics basins up and running. A few more, actually, because we do need some form of actual food production because we are rapidly running out of food. I mean, the sky gods have been quite nice to us by continually raining food upon us, but it's generally best not to bet upon the sky gods, because they are a fickle god. And occasionally they will just rain upon you absolute and utter death in the form of mechanoids, so, I'm really still... The jury's kind of out as to whether or not they care in the slightest about us, but, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, with the growing season coming in, a terrible cold snap, basically ending the growing season prematurely, basically as soon as it started, actually. Curse you, nature. Curse you. That brings us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we will probably... I'm going to take the fight directly to nature, because at this point, all that we need to do is make a bunch of food. And you know what? The only thing stopping us is nature. So I'm going to send Bradley to go fight God or something, and it's going to be amazing. But anyway, until then, thanks for watching, and of course, as always, enjoy the rest of your day.